Hey y'all, welcome to Farm Girl Friday. This week we're finally going to tell y'all some news y'all been waiting a really long time to find out. But why it's so special is because I waited a really long time to find out myself. So right now we're out here in my mama cow pasture though. Last night we had our first frost scare of the year, so it's really neat to come out here and see all this green grass. Middle of October. I think it's the 17th of October. I don't know. I can't keep up with the dates. I should better. But they're out here eating this beautiful grass. I still have mamas due to have babies at any time. Here comes Glisten waddling down. Nobody else is just kind of hidden in the grass. So I wanted to show y'all a little bit about what sustainable agriculture is about. So we're out here. They'll be grazing on this side of the farm till November. So this is the type of growth they're going to be eating until then. And then they should be able to come back around in December even and graze this again. I'm not planning on feeding hay until they've gone a whole other round around the farm, because this is the growth they're eating constantly around the farm till they get back to right here, which will be dormant by the time they come back around. But it's going to have at least 2 more weeks of growth in it just from the warmth that we're going to keep getting in. You know, our North Carolina weather, this is fake fall. We're going to get summer number 5 here soon. And they'll graze this again in December. Once they come back here, we'll start feeding hay, maybe. Because I want to feed hay. I have a weedy spot here in the very middle of the pasture. So that's my goal, is to get it rejuvenated and the topsoil brought back. It's just poke weeds and cucumber's. Just a bunch of weeds are growing all in one little space. So I'm gonna put hay there, let the cows concentrate on eating in that area and tromping that grass and, not grass, but weeds and hay down into that bad soil and make some topsoil back so something will be growing by next spring. Y'all got to see what we did last winter out here on this pasture. It's kind of hard to pick a place for the hay to go now because everything's growing so well. Listen, you find you something to eat? Listen's getting extra wide, being extra patient, waiting on that baby, but it's not here yet. Oh well. People bull in 24/7 year-round. You're not quite sure when they're going to calve. So we're patiently waiting, and then he's in here rebreeding them back for me, so I'm thankful for him. He's such a good daddy. Next scene, right after this one, is my big announcement. Something that's been 2 years in the making. And honestly, it's one of the things, this might be something God's been working on my entire life. And the person that's in this story is so special to me. We're about the same age, and he's just now starting his agricultural career. But what's so special about it, it's somebody new to sustainable ag and to agriculture in general, helping out another in their chapter 3 of farming, like really trying to help each other succeed in this life. And you don't see that very often. I was just told this week farming's dumb and you shouldn't start it now because we're in the wrong economy for wanting to farm for a living. So guess what? We're here to prove them wrong, aren't we, Glisten? Ain't we, baby? So I hope y'all enjoy the surprise because, man, it's a doozy. And I'm so blessed, and I cannot wait to introduce you to my friend Dustin. Hey y'all! Welcome to Farm Girl Friday. Today we're telling you the news you've been waiting on for a very long time.
Or not.
It's been a really long time coming. So this story began a year and a half ago now, when I met Dustin. So how did we meet?
So I was in Mitchell Community College's agriculture program, and our professor, Amy Poyer, took us to visit different farms in the area just to see what sustainable farming was all about. So we had the pleasure of going to Miracle Sustainable Cattle Company and seeing some of her pastures, and I just loved the way that she was doing things. She had a heavy cow per acre load, but still had just beautiful, immaculate grass. And compared to what we had, it was night and day. So I got to asking a couple times and was like, hey, would you like to come out and see all this and maybe form a partnership if you like everything you see, because I love the way you handle yourself and your business and all the sustainability aspects, regenerative farming. It's so misunderstood in the commercial sense, but it's really about what the land needs, not necessarily about the money or anything like that. Because if we don't keep the land, it'll turn into a cookie cutter development, and anything but. So, found a great mentor, and it's kind of how this goes.
So he became my intern back this spring, and we started the job of presenting ourselves to his parents on how we would take care of this farm if we were able to steward it ourselves. A commercial farmer was farming it. The grasses were under a heavy load. He had a lot of cows, but it was a lot of acreage. But because it wasn't a sustainable ag practice, he wasn't letting any of the land rest ever. The poor creek is eroded. It's redirected itself. So we have several things that we need to work on to make it better from past abuse. But we're here to do it. And what's so special about this, exactly a year before I met Dustin, I had lost my one and only farm that I'd ever had because my landlord did not believe in sustainable agriculture or regenerative farming. So she wanted her pasture to look like a golf course. Little tiny grass, which has no nutrients in it for my cows. And what's the point of having a pasture if there's no growth? That's what the prairies were for. That's what the grass's job is to grow and to sustain these animals. That's a cow's superpower. They can make steak out of grass. They're the only animal that can do that. So she was not allowing my animals to do their job. But you can only imagine how bad that hurt me. Like, this is what I have a passion about, is sustainable and regenerative agriculture, because I want to give back to the earth that gives back so much to us. And out here, for years and years, Dustin has been trying to save his family farm and didn't have the skill set yet to do that. So I was only in my chapter 2 of farming when we met. And he was in several chapters through school, had gone through the same ag program I had. It was so fun to show my farms to the sustainable ag kids from the school that I went to. But we kind of just clicked because we had the same thing in mind. Save the family farm, and not only save it, but build it back to former glory or better than it ever has been. That's the goal for these farms that my cattle are on. And he saw that vision, and he didn't, ew, you don't want this high grass? He said, please come and help me get my grass to look like your grass. He saw my vision, and we just connected through that. So he asked me to come and help him on his farm and steward his farm. So we're here now. The year I met him, I had my cows on 1.5 acres. After me and Dustin got everything settled, that morning I woke up with 23 acres of leased land, and that night I fell asleep with over 100. Here on this farm is 60 acres, and it's like an ocean of blessings. You can look around, everything's a little grown up because we're letting it rest for the first time in a long time.
Close to a century, probably.
Really?
A century or more that nothing has raised this, and the land has been allowed to rest.
Yeah, it's incredible. And my yearlings are going to be able to come here and eat winter stockpile this winter out of this gorgeous forage that is trying to get nice and tall before the frost comes here in the next couple weeks. But that's the story of how we met and how our interests were the same when it came to saving the family farm. People of my generation don't care. They're like, oh, mom and dad left me, you know, this 60 acres, this 50 acres, this 30 acres, this 5 acres, but I can sell it. They can put houses on it and I'll make X amount of money. And that's my inheritance. They don't think of the land as their inheritance, and Dustin does. And that's why I'm so proud that I had him as my intern and now as my partner in this endeavor. And I appreciate you so much for breaking the mold out of regular people's mindsets. Like, you really had to go out and search for what was right, especially in agriculture, because it's lost. Farmers aren't telling their kids, ooh, this is what you need to do. Come out here and work the land with me. They're go to school, get a degree, get a job at a desk.
You don't want anything to do with this hard work.
Right. You don't want to sweat.
And then complain that we don't work hard. So.
But Dustin here broke that mold, and we're going to build this together.
Some people
so
can't
excited.
see that's a circle.
It's all a circle.
Yeah, just break out. Just say no. Just say no. It's not hard. It hurts sometimes.
Yeah. And it's not that you're not going to put in a lot of sweat equity.
Oh, no.
That blood, sweat, and tears will go into that soil right there.
What was that? Trade your 9 to 5 for a 5 to 9?
Yeah.
Rather work 80 hours for myself than 40 hours for someone else's dreams.
That's right.
So.
That's right. It's one of my favorite quotes. You can either go work and make money as you help somebody else build up their dreams, or you could take the chance and come out here and build your own. So, here we are. So that's our big news, and I hope y'all enjoy this crazy adventure that we're about to go on. This is going into my 4th year of farming on my own, and Dustin's very first year of working cows, and it went great. He learned a lot being my intern, so I'm really excited to see what he does, especially out here on his family's land.
And just one more thing. April Fools! I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I had a heart attack. I was like, wait! I know. Y'all are stuck with us. That was good. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope y'all enjoy the upcoming videos for all this amazing stuff going on at this place. Bye, y'all! Today's project is Dustin's already worked on mowing around the fence perimeters. So we have come to start cleaning out from under the fence. So we're able to see what all repairs need to be made before we can put cows over here, and make sure that we get everything off the fence so we know what our full power is once I get a fence box over here. So Petey and Daddy are over here working on cleaning off the fence. There's a couple of trees leaning on the fence, so Daddy is pushing them back with his chainsaw. Petey's going to make him a trail behind the fence so he's able to not only bush hog on the inside but the outside, making my job of weed eating around it that much easier. And then Dustin has his tractor out here too, and he's going to start mowing up on the fence just to make it more eye-appealing for those passing by. Know it's under new management. So that's today's task at hand, and our first big family day out here working on it, which is always really special no matter where we're at.
Do you want to go down here and check it out? Okay, so this is her main gate, and Righteous has done bush hogged all the outside of that, and she is weed eating where the bush hog can't get. And this is the very front of the pasture out on the highway, and from the road back to the power poles is going to be some permaculture growing. This is not going to be part of the cow pasture. Dustin is going to grow heirloom vegetables and crops, all different kind of things. It's way down, you can't even see the other side of it. But he's got a whole lot of road frontage here. He can grow a whole lot of stuff out here, and he sells at the farmer's market. So he's got a perfect place out here. We don't care for the cows to be right here out on the road anyway. So we'll be separating them from his area that he's going to be using out here.
This game is called Where's the Fence? Oh, there it is! Found it.